Hello everybody, welcome back to another fantastic video. My name is Kenny and welcome back. So, it is, well, the start of last week. So, of course it is the week, Christmas week, I like to call it. So, in this video we've got a heck of a lot to do. A lot of zekrom raids and a few other raids as well that I added in there. Of course, zekrom raid hour. And a very interesting one at the beginning of this video, which we'll get to in a sec. So, further ado, let's get into it. So we're going to start this video off with a hundo zekrom. Like I said, we've got a very interesting thing to start this video off. Is a hundo zekrom going into 2026. We probably won't power it up in 2026, but we've got a 98 IV Reshiram, and now we've got a hundo zekrom. So we're gonna, that will be going into 2026. Powering it up, and then eventually we'll be able to take out water type Pokemon. I do apologise that this whole video is probably going to be extremely long, like 40 odd minutes. But we have a lot of zekrom raids in this. I tried to shorten it by a whole lot. Well, we're starting off with a hundo zekrom. And usually, when I get the hundo, usually I don't get shiny. The last legendary I got the hundo for was Katana, or Ultra Beast. I haven't got the shiny after 40 raids. There you go, hundo zekrom. So yeah, we starting off on the 22nd of, caught this on the 22nd of December 2025. It's probably going to be a long time before we actually see this being powered up, but we will power it up at some point. Doing another zekrom raid. So of course, this is me trying to get the hundo. So this is what we're trying to do, is, but this one ended up with Dragon moveset, I think. Yeah, this one ended up with a Dragon moveset, which is not what we wanted, because it took down a lot of our Dragon types. So yeah, this one ended up with Outrage. Yeah, it had Outrage, because I just saw it on the thing, which is not what we wanted, but with Pi power with the other account. But yeah, but the greatest thing about this month is that the rare candy was incredible. Up quite a lot of Pokemon, which will put the rare candy in a lot of our Pokemon, which you'll probably see coming up in the next year or so of what will be powered up. But the hundo zekrom probably won't be powered up until 2027, but well, we'll get around to it at some point. Because we've just got a lot of Pokemon in our counter list that we want to power up and use. And eventually it'll be like white and black Curum that will probably overtaking the zekrom Reshiram that we caught earlier. And I think this one to caught. Yeah, we wanted to catch. And then we've got a shiny Snover. going into the Christmas season, which is nice. There we go, shiny silver. Terrible IVs, but they usually are terrible IVs. And this is me just using a heck of a lot of remote raids with my other account, but eventually we probably don't even need the other account because most of these will be level 50. The Garchomps and stuff like that, so we do know we can actually do this with the Garchomps. Really depending if it doesn't end up with Outrage, but I'm guessing with it he'll probably use a lot more of the Groudons, but of course Primal Groudon, well, it's pretty strong. Shadow Groudon, eventually we'll be powering that up. You kind of do see it in these clips. After the shiny, do see the Shadow Groudon. But anyway, what's coming up is there you go. There's the Shadow. It currently is only like level 25. It's not going to be staying in the raids for very long, but it's there. But eventually I'll be powering that up and using it for raids. And we're going to use Primal Groudon, which is our level 50, 96 IV. And the other Groudon on the other account is a Hundo. So that's how we're actually doing it. So the next silver bottle cap is going into that Groudon. So the 96 IV one on my main account. So since the Rayquaza got it this time around, so let's do that. Okay, I think this wasn't a catch either. Oh yes, it was a catch, but it wasn't that decent, so I think so. The raids have, well, the counter list has definitely improved since during this week. They put in that, I think, Blacephalon, which is coming out very soon this week, when I'm recording this, or tomorrow, this week, because I'm recording this beforehand, will be the third best fire type raid attacker, and the fourth will be Heatran, because Blacephalon is going to have Mind Blown, so it's going to be the third best fire type, which is good for Pokemon like this. Glacier, well, the next ice type raid attackers coming into the goal very soon. There you go, you got my shiny Heatran there. Doing its it's surviving pretty well. But yeah, this Glalie is going down. The reason why we're doing Glalie raids is because I wanted it for the Mega Dex, to try and complete the Mega Dex for this year. Hopefully Slowbro and stuff like that will come out as well. And we'll be completing a lot of the Mega Dex for 2026. Boom. There we go. And that's 200. We don't really need to do any more Glalie. I think we only do like 2 Glalie raids for the Christmas season. Most of it went into the zekrom. Well, that's a pretty decent Glalie for the probably end up golden mark having that at some point, but is it worth it? We don't know. And I think this is the second glalie. We don't know. Is it the second? Yes, this is the second, but it's just making me use not the greatest counters for this glalie. It's using steel types. Oh well. Using a lot of steel. But to be fair, steel is also good against ice type Pokemon. We are, to be fair, Zacian and Zamazenta would have been better, but we don't have them in the deck Pokemon storage at the moment. But hopefully in 2026 we'll have unlocked them. Even though they came out during Go Fest this year, I just unfortunately wasn't able to get enough energy to change its form to Zacian Sword and the Mazenta Shield. So I missed out on that. We have a decent Zacian and Zamazenta. Or decent enough that will take the Sword and Shield forms. Because we'll be hundoing that as well. So there we go. It is down. So these are the only two glalie raids that we actually did during this rotation, because we don't really need to raid it too heavily. I think this one's not really a keeper. The previous one was more of a keeper than the last. So 1, 2, there we go. And then we also got a shiny Meowth as well. I think this was also the 23rd. It's just not really wanting to join us. Oh well. There we go. Shiny Meowth. And it's probably Turbo IVs. It always is. 24th. And that will going into Raid Hour for zekrom. So we are going to end up evolving, since we ended up getting 2 shiny Meowth. I think it'd be time to actually evolve our other one into its other evolution. Since we've got 2. Shiny Meowth. So we can get rid of that. And actually have a Purloin. Is it Purloin? No, it's not Purloin. It's Purloin's the Unova one. Persian, yes, Persian. Not Purloin. Purloin is Unova. So we've got a shiny Persian now. And eventually we'll have the Gigantamax Meowth and all that. So, I'll see you. Welcome back. So, as you can... So, we started off with a unknown zekrom. It is zekrom Raid Hour. Or Christmas Eve. We're having a good Christmas by the time you're seeing this. It's Christmas Day, and after that, there will be no more videos until New Year's. So it is zekrom Raid Hour, and as you can see, there's some zekrom here. But we're not going to do that because I'm recording on the old account. So we'll be back in the studio throughout most of this footage. I just wanted to come on to say that while waiting. So we're going to start off with this one. this Thorn Yacht Club, which is behind me right now. Can't really shout as thing. And then the next gym is this one here in the park, or the nature reserve, and then where that shadow heatran is up here is where the next one will be, and then the next one is up a bit further than that. Of course, we'll probably play, so I'll put that back on in a minute. Then the next gym is up there. Then once we've finished that gym up there, this gym here, once we've finished that, we're going to continue walking up to the other two gyms up there, finish those, and up into the church, and hopefully by then 7 o'clock is done and we can go on the Christmas party. But anyway, I'll be back in the back on the computer, recording on the tripod most of these raids, and yeah, we did quite a lot off camera. Don't have that much Pokecoins left. Hopefully I can stretch that out until the New Year's Football 7 on. But anyway, see you in a bit. Back at home for the rest of this, and hope you have a good Christmas. See you in a bit. I'm back. So it really did not go as planned as I wanted during this raid hour. So of course, this entire raid hour I was supposed to have gone to a Christmas party, but I decided to do the raid hour, which will probably end up happening on the next raid hour. So we started at this zekrom. Well, technically we're supposed to start at the one at Snooker. Well, the Thorn Yacht Club, but the raid wasn't there, so we were going to walk down to this zekrom here at the park. Well, at the nature reserve bit, the fishing lakes. So we're going to go there and raid that zekrom. Then, of course, it was supposed to be that it was going to be where the heatran is, but that fell through as well. So we're going to raid the Delves obstacle course gym. This is actually the one that we can actually see from the house at the moment where I'm sitting. So do a lot of remote raids like that to this gym, and then you can see that there's another one up there. So eventually we'll have it so a lot of these gyms and all of that will be gold. So we're going to use the same sort of configuration to Garchomp, Groudons, and then Crazer at the end, and also our Shadow Groudon. I could literally have powered it up to level 40, but didn't, so it's quite limited there of how much stronger it could actually have been. It's a 90, there you go, my 98 IV Shadow Groudon. It currently says 276 candy, because it's basically, that's how much candy I needed to power it up. We kind of did it. We actually have the candy, but of course we need to wait to another research to power it up. And the next Pokemon will be my Palkia that will be ended up powering up. So yeah, it's going to be a long time before we get that powered up. and be able to use. I actually don't mind not being able to will Shadow Ground make Pokemon a little bit too strong? Probably, but you know, eventually we'll probably end up with a lot of Shadow Garchomp as well. If we raid Bagon, if we've got the shiny of the legendaries, and they're not really that worth raiding anymore. We'll probably end up doing the shadows. But right now, still got quite a lot of the shadow Pokemon that we haven't yet got shiny. And so at the moment, the shadow Pokemon are worth it at the moment. Since I want to put all my money on the legendary raids and not the shadow raids, which is fine. Yep. Still no shiny zekrom, even if it's the second raid we're doing for Shat. The raid out, and this is Thorn Yacht Club. This is the one that we were supposed to be raiding, but turns out it literally just came out a little bit later when we were walking down to the other gym. So, of course, just to speed it up a little bit, we got the other two the gyms side by side here. So I'm just trying to get to the point where I'm not blocking them as I'm talking. So you can see the other two ones. Yeah, and of course we've got Jennycom in here. You probably remember from when we were raiding in Peterborough. I don't understand how she ended up in this raid and all that, but she's like ultra friends or best friends from Peterborough. When we used to do the raid days and all that over at Peterborough, where majority of my Pokemon are from. Kind of helps here with the white Curum that I don't have yet. Of course, they probably did white Curum raid day during the Univator, which I weren't down there for. Even in Doncaster, I weren't around for that. Still no shiny, and of course that raid that I did with Jennycom, we didn't actually catch the zekrom in the end, but this one is still going. So. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, next year for 2026, hopefully we should have some of the strong Pokemon powered up. Because on the 10th we will get White Curum and Black Curum. So, and I'm making myself go just so I can get them into help us do more solo raids. Eventually, when I get them powered up. And yeah. Here we are, walking into the next one. So this is when we kind of slowed down a lot. We were going to walk to this next zekrom. I was going to walk to the next zekrom. I don't know why I said we, because these two accounts are mine. So that I could do this, because I ain't got the strength at the moment to just take it out by myself. we were going to do this one zekrom, but by the time we got there, it despawned, which is unfortunate. So I had to literally stand there and wait for it to come back. It was interesting. I was just going to be standing at these two Pokestops waiting for the raids to spawn back in. It took a lot longer than I wanted. Probably like 20 minutes. So then they both spawned back in, which is nice. Don't know why I'm doing that. We need a heal up our Pokemon there. So of course we are using the same team on these. We've got the windmill and all that. Eventually we'll get these gyms gold. That would be interesting, because then I could just have a walk around the lab of the gyms and get more items, because when they're gold you get a lot more items. Unfortunately wasn't able to do that in Paston. We only ever got like 3 other gyms to gold in Paston, as I don't frequently go to them that much. Yeah. So here we are. We're looking enough. We almost got the majority of them gold here in 4. Just need a couple more raids and they'll be mostly done. Well, I don't know which one is going to be the first to actually be doing, maybe the actual church, but we don't know. I think this one actually took roughly the same amount of time to actually complete. Yeah, it literally took the same amount of time to actually complete this one. So as you probably could see, that the actual items that you get actually have increased, because of course this month gave us an increase in items, and majority of the candy that we received during this month went into some of our counters. We haven't yet gone below our Lucario, but we will do at some point. And we have another 2 raids right now. And this is the Thorn Leisure Club and I think the church. And this will be going into the last couple of raids for the raid hour. It's funny how the last one didn't actually give us went through our team that badly. The Garchomps really hold their own. Yeah. Yeah. The Garchomps really hold their own. It's just a shame that the Shadow Groudon would have been more powerful if I powered it up. But I'm not going to do that just yet. You're going to be saving that for 2026 for another power up of Pokemon 20 times thing. But I do need to save some legendaries for when we get to the level 72 task, 73, because of course that's also when they tell you to power up a legendary 20 times. We do need to save that for that. 2026 is going to be a lot of legendaries being powered up. And we'll be trying to do a lot more solos and duos when we get level 40 Pokemon. Of course, solos is when you need to get level 50, but we ain't gonna do that. We're just gonna leave them at level 40. And then on odd occasions, we'll be level 50 because there is a level 50 max 3 Pokemon to level 50 task, which will be when we do the next lot a little bit later. But we don't know if we're going to actually reach that for 2026 yet. But my predictions are we'll probably be quite in the level 70s at some point. And yeah, I think that is Raid Hour done. We have the Thorn Church, and we also have the Leisure Centre, which we don't raid up all that much because we can't really see it. And then this is a little bit later. There was another raid while I was sat at the in the Conservative Club. We were doing that. I like how the CP on zekrom was like 3,394. You know what? It doesn't never go that high. That's like a level 200 Pokemon probably. Yeah, CPs will never actually go that high on Pokemon. I think the highest is like 5,000, and that's from Zacian. But it's like a level 200 Pokemon, but even if you get yeah, even crazy at 66,458, it's not even the highest it can go either. So yeah, we actually almost done it as well. 9288. This is a lot less time than I wanted, and that's because the party play was like glitching out and actually didn't let us do majority of them. And still no shiny. Do majority. Like the party play was like glitching out, and we were like tapping it with one hand and the other. It just wasn't. It wasn't registering that I need to do the party play. Eventually, we'll probably be doing the duos without party play, but right now we need it to add the extra strength in. Otherwise, we don't have a full team of level like 40 Pokemon. It's still quite lower level there in that aspect. 1, 2, 3. I don't think this was also a catch. I don't remember actually. Oh no, we did catch it. Okay. Wait. So in the morning we went out for a walk, and so we just popped up. I think this was Christmas Day when we just went out and had a bit of a Christmas Day wander. So started off with a couple of Zekroms to see if we can get the shiny. It's just one of those things. It's when I get the Hundo, I don't get the shiny. If I get the shiny, I don't get the Hundo. So I never really ever get the Hundo when the shiny. This isn't literally in both my accounts, it's literally the same account, but you do see it just in the back there, just giving us a little bit more of a boost. Yeah, this is literally 2 different raids, but we almost actually gotten these down pretty fast. I don't know what happened, but we actually got these down pretty quick. And still no shiny on the left. You know, it's just one of the things. It's just not going. I've raided so many of these in the last week, and still no shiny. I don't know. Will I ever get shiny? Probably not. I'll probably have to wait until the next rotation with the zekrom. Because we won't be raiding during when it's out for. We won't be raiding for the white and black Curum. They want to more focus on actual white and black Curum and not the Reshiram's and zekroms. But yeah, this is the next two raids that I did. Just sat in the house using a remote raid. This is what I mean. I can literally see the raids up there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think you can see about 6 or 7 different raids just sat here. So, which is nice. I could just buy remote raids, and if I can solo and do all of them, I could just remote raid from both accounts, which. But those ones will be the ones that I'll probably end up getting gold at some point in the future. Because of course you need like, what, 50,000 XP from raids, and you get like 20,000, I think, from just raiding alone. Yeah, this one of these ended up with Outrage, which was just not helping our Garchomp at all. Because I think the zekrom, yep, the zekrom did have Outrage, which just one-shotted our Garchomps. But I could have switched them out for Groudon, and even the 25 level 25 one didn't survive very long, and it's Shadow, which this is unfortunate, but I didn't power that up, so it went down quite quickly. Now if it was level 40, it probably wouldn't have gone down so quick. And still new shiny. I don't know if I'll ever see the shiny. So that is it, I think. Yeah, there you go. See, this is the common pavilion. That was. And then we've just decided to go remote raid into the Dove's obstacle course. That was Boxing Day, that was, the previous one. Where we just had a wander around to see what raids we can do. Saw one on Thorn Church, and I thought, well, let's do that. And then I saw one at the obstacle court. Well, saw one at the pavilion, and I had a walk up there and raided that gym, and then walked home. I think this was also PD, yeah, where I remote raided into the obstacle course, which is, I can see it from just here. I can't see the pavilion, which is just behind here. Thorn Church, the leisure centre, and also most of the gyms in town. So I raid them quite often. I'm just sat here, and occasionally if I don't have any remote raids, I'll just walk down and back in. And there we go. And still no shiny at the end there. you know, it's just one of those things. Will you get the shiny? Will you not get the shiny? You know, I'm afraid there's so many of these zekrons and still no shiny. I'll probably end up doing some at the when Zekrom Reshiram is back in raids, just to see if we get the shiny, but I don't know. I'll probably be doing more focusing on white and black cure rather than Zekrom. Because we've got plenty of Zekrom that we can fuse with white and black cure. And yeah, eventually we'll be level 70 in Pokemon Go. We don't know when that will happen. We're level 64, we'll probably end up level 65 at some point, but we don't know. Probably in February by that point. We've got quite a lot of counters there. And then we're just gonna boost our Palkia a little, just a tad. To end it. There you go. And we'll boost the rest of it later. If we got another research that we need to boost any more Pokemon. And there we go. That is the whole entire video. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked other videos like this, you can check out these videos here. And yeah, the next video is where we'll be during this weekend. During the little research for Eevee, the winter weekend. And then the week after will be the New Year's, where we'll probably be raiding Blacephalon and stuff like that. And a couple of Heatrons. And I'll see you in that video. Goodbye.